This is from the Fairlink Studies number 35, and it's in the key of F minor, which has 4 flats. That's the key that is relative to A flat major, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. So what we're doing in this piece is counting every pulse, every beat is going to be for an eighth note. So an eighth note gets every pulse. And so what I would suggest is to use your metronome, and I'll start the metronome, say on 70 for just practice sake. And so in the first bar, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. So every quarter note is going to get 2 full counts. Let's go through a few suggestions in the piece as far as rhythm goes and ornamentation goes, and maybe also some fingerings too. So on the first bar, we have a trill ending with some grace notes. And my routine for that is always to take away all the ornaments and just play it as written. And this is slow enough for us to keep it up to 72, which is the suggested tempo. I think it's between 72 and 80. And after we can play that 2 counts for each note, then we're going to put one of the ornaments in. And then put the trill in and take the grace notes out. And then put them both in. So let's go to the second bar. Those scary looking 30-second notes are actually not so scary. They're just 4 per count, because remember, every eighth note gets a beat. So we get a quarter note in this music here, in this particular piece, is going to get 2 counts. An eighth note is 1 count, and a 16th note is like 1 and 2 end. And then the 30-second notes are going to be bop, 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 bop. So if this is my pulse here, then I'm going to have like that. And we know to come in on that rest as if we were to just practice with our counting from the beginning of bar 2 on the G. 1, 2, 3, 4, E and 5, E and 6, E and 1. So just counting as we would say in the case of 16th notes. On bar 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 to 1. And in general, I'm going to say on the grace notes, put them as close to the following beat as you can. So kind of wait to the last minute. On bar 4, we have a B flat and an A flat. So there are 2 ways primarily to finger the B flat on the saxophone. 1, 2, and the bottom side key is one way, and the other way is with the bisque key, which is the B key here plus this extra little key here, and you cover your finger over both of those. So what I would suggest in that case is to use the bisque key and then get to your A flat like this. I kind of pretend sometimes that my fingers are taped together. So if I'm playing B flat to A flat, I actually like to touch my fingers, especially the 3rd and 4th finger together, just so I can kind of feel that they're locked in and they're moving all in sync. And another good way to do that is to get your pinky over here to not lift too far off of the saxophone. So if you're practicing the B flat to the A flat like this, just keeping your fingers together, touching when you're practicing slowly, might help remind them to stay close when you do these trills, or these movements rather. In bar 7, we have a large leap, and what I would suggest is if you have enough breath, go ahead and take, maybe you don't have to breathe there, but it might not be the worst idea to play the C, and then breathe, and then play your low C afterwards. Here's a little trick. So when we play our low C, if you take the F key here, first finger in your right hand, and at the exact same time you blow, you pop your F key like this, this low C to come out a little bit easier. Well, actually quite a lot easier. So to put that all into context, in bar 6, if you play all those notes and do try to do a decrescendo on those, now you could take a very quick breath if you hold that C and decrescendo it, and pop your key and get your low C to come out. Where to breathe. My copy has breath marks marked, but in bar 2, there's an F. Take a breath, obviously, there before the 30 seconds. Then in bar 4, get a quick breath there, go on. And I think you can grab a quick breath after your low E. Don't clip the E off, just let it taper off. And when you come in on the high D flat, which is like a C sharp, don't blast it out. Get used to starting it maybe even without the tongue. And just kind of start it very softly. If you need your tongue to start it, T, T, T. Just don't accent it is the main goal there. I would suggest practicing a lot with this piece with your metronome on and your voice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. E and a 6. E and a 1. Da 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 dee da dee da da. And do a lot of counting like that. Another good technique is to put on some divisions of the beat, some subdivisions. So if I feel both the down and the up of this pulse, 1 and 2 and 3 like that, that's very, very helpful. So that when you go to play it on your saxophone, your counting is kind of intuitive at this point. It's really good in this particular piece to really focus a lot more on the counting first before you really get to the saxophone parts. And then it'll make the playing of this, I was going to say pacing actually also, a lot easier as well. Please stay in touch with me, and I wish you all good luck, and I know you'll do a fantastic job. Thank you very much.